Did you know that a dog's smile isn't always a sign of happiness? Yes, it's a surprising fact. Our adorable doggy pals might flash their pearly whites for reasons that are far from joyous. Sometimes these canine smiles can be a warning sign or an indication of stress or discomfort. Might be feeling anxious, nervous, or even threatened. So that cheerful-looking grin on your pet's face might not be as cheery as you think. It's a fascinating aspect of canine behavior that puts a different spin on our understanding of our four-legged friends. It's important to pay attention to these subtle cues. And here's an interesting point to consider. Our dogs communicate us in ways that often go unnoticed. Next time you see your dog smiling, take a closer look. Is it a genuine smile of contentment or a silent cry for help? So remember, every time you see your dog smile, it's crucial to consider the context and look for other signs of their well-being. Ever seen a dog smile and wondered if they're just copying you or if they're really happy? Well, you're not alone. The canine smile has been a topic of debate among pet enthusiasts and experts alike, and today we're diving right into it. Now, before we go any further, let's clarify what we mean by a dog smile. You know, that wide-mouthed, tongue-out, seemingly joyous expression we often see on our furry friends. Some might argue it's just panting, but for those of us who've spent enough time around dogs, we know there's something more to it. So, why do dogs smile? Is it a learned behavior from us, their human companions, or is it a natural expression of joy or submission? The first theory, and perhaps the most amusing one, is that dogs are simply copycats, or should we say, copy dogs. There's a belief that dogs may have picked up smiling as a behavior from observing their human counterparts. It's like when you start using the same catchphrases as your best friend. You spend enough time together and you start to mirror each other. On the other end of the spectrum, some experts argue that the canine grin is a natural expression of joy or submission. In the wild, wolves, the ancestors of our domestic dogs, often display a similar expression as a sign of submission to more dominant pack members. Similarly, it could also be a way for dogs to show they're happy or content, much like how we humans smile when we're feeling good. Of course, it's important to remember that not all dog smiles are created equal. Just like human smiles, they can mean different things in different contexts. Sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's submission, and sometimes it might just be because they're hot and need to cool down. So, whether your dog is a copycat or just super happy to see you, those canine grins sure do brighten our day. Before we dive further into the world of dog smiles, hit that like button if you've ever been on the receiving end of a dog's charming grin. Let's spread the doggy love, folks. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to our channel too? We've got a ton of fascinating furry content coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. And if you don't, well, we can't promise your dog won't give you the stink eye. Alright, let's get back to those lovable, smiling fur balls. Think all dog smiles are created equal? Think again. Just as there are countless unique breeds of dogs, there are also countless unique dog smiles. That's right, folks. Not all doggy grins are the same. They can vary greatly depending on the breed, individual personality, and even the situation. Let's start with the Cheshire Cat smile. This is the doggy equivalent of us politely smiling when someone tells a joke so terrible it's almost funny. It's a tight-lipped grin, usually accompanied by a sideways glance that seems to say, "Really, human? That's the best you've got?" Then we've got the Mona Lisa smile. It's a subtle, mysterious curve of the lips that can leave you guessing what's going through your dog's mind. Is it plotting to steal your dinner when you're not looking, or simply daydreaming about chasing squirrels in the park? The world may never know. Of course, we can't forget the Joker smile. This wide, toothy grin is the canine equivalent of a belly laugh. It's usually seen when your dog is having the time of its life, perhaps rolling around in the grass or playing fetch with its favorite ball. This is the dog's smile in its purest, most joyous form. What about the Elvis Presley smile, you ask? This one's characterized by a lifted lip on one side, giving your dog an almost comical, quizzical expression. It's their way of saying, "I'm cool, I'm confident, and yes, I know I look good." And finally, we have the Grumpy Cat smile, or rather, the lack of one. This is when your dog's face is so expressionless, you can't help but wonder if it's secretly judging you. But don't worry, it's probably just deep in thought, contemplating the meaning of life or its next meal. So the next time your dog gives you a grin, remember, it could be saying more than you think. Want to see your dog smile more? Here are a few tips. First off, regular exercise is key. Just like humans, dogs need to stretch their legs and get their heart rates up. But don't just think of this as a chore, it's a chance for you and your furry friend to explore the great outdoors together. Maybe you'll even discover a new park or trail, and hey, who knows, maybe your dog will finally catch that elusive squirrel. Next up, mental stimulation. Dogs aren't just physical creatures, they're smarty paws too. Puzzle toys, hide-and-seek games, or even teaching them new tricks can keep their minds sharp, and if you're feeling adventurous, why not set up a homemade agility course? Your living room might end up looking like an obstacle course, but the sight of your dog bounding through a tunnel made of cushions? Priceless. Now let's talk about love. Your dog might not bring you flowers or write you poetry, but they have their own special ways of showing affection. Return the favor by spending quality time with them. This could be a belly rub marathon on a lazy Sunday afternoon, or a treat tasting session. Yes, you heard that right. Your dog might be a gourmand in the making, so why not let them sample different doggy treats? Just remember to keep it healthy. And of course, regular vet checkups. These might not be your dog's favorite outings, but they're essential for their health and happiness. You know what they say? Prevention is better than cure. Plus, your vet might just have that magic touch to make your dog smile even while giving them a vaccination. So there you have it. Regular exercise, mental stimulation, plenty of love, and regular vet visits. 4 simple tips for a happier, smiley dog. And remember, laughter is contagious. The more your dog smiles, the more likely you are to find yourself grinning right back at them. Remember, a happy dog is a smiling dog.